They said, "You're hired." Then they saw me. My name is Jamel Stevens. I'm 22 years old. I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago. My mom raised me alone. My father left when I was 6. She worked nights as a janitor and somehow still found time to cook, check my homework, and read the Bible out loud. She always told me, "You have to be twice as good just to be seen." And I tried. I graduated high school with honors. I was the captain of the debate team. I got into the University of Illinois and studied computer science. I dreamed, like how kids dream of being superheroes. That's how I dreamed of working at a top tech company downtown. I coded at night, joined hackathons, worked at an electronics store to pay the bills. I had the grades, the certificates, the portfolio, but I didn't have the connections. And, as I would later learn, I didn't have the right face. Over the past year, I sent out more than 100 applications. Sometimes I got replies. Sometimes, silence. Sometimes after Zoom interviews, they'd say, "We really liked you," and then vanish. But one day things changed. Or at least, I thought they did. It was in March. Cold evening, I got an email from a company called Everpoint Solutions. Big firm, top tier in tech consulting. They were hiring a junior analyst. I passed the assessment test. Then came the Zoom interview. My webcam wasn't working, but the audio was fine. I answered every question clearly, confidently, thoroughly. They said, "You're one of our top candidates. We'd like to offer you the position." I was on cloud 9. I called my mom crying. She cried too. We prayed together. She said, "Son, God sees your work. You earned this." A week later, I went to their downtown office. New suit, new shoes. I was smiling. I had my badge. I had a meeting with HR. At the entrance, a security guard, white, maybe 50s, looked at me like I didn't belong, checked my badge 3 times, then let me in. At the front desk, I told the receptionist who I was and that I had a meeting with Mr. Garrett. She froze, her smile disappeared. She picked up the phone and said, "Yeah, he's here." "Yeah, black guy, tall, young." I heard all of that. My stomach dropped. I asked, "Is something wrong?" She forced a smile. No, just a moment." 10 minutes later, Mr. Garrett showed up, white man in a suit. His face went cold when he saw me. Jamel Stevens?" he asked. "Yes, sir. Nice to meet you in person," I said. He gave a tight nod. "Follow me." We went into a conference room. He barely spoke, flipped through a folder. Then he said, "We unfortunately have to inform you that the position has been closed." I blinked. "But I just received a confirmation yesterday. I have the signed offer letter. I already submitted my documents." He looked up, cold eyes. "We changed direction. We need to reassess internal needs. Sorry for the inconvenience?" It felt like a punch to the gut. I sat there stunned. I looked at him and said, "Is this because of me? Because of how I look?" He didn't answer, just closed the folder and stood up. "You can exit the building now. Have a good day." I left. Outside it was snowing. People rushed by. I stood there in a suit, holding my briefcase, and I just didn't know what happened. I wanted to call my mom. I couldn't. My throat was tight. I just walked. No destination, just walked. Back home, I read the letter again. It was official, signed, dated. I called HR, no answer. Emailed, no reply. 2 days later, I got a generic message. "Thank you for your interest. The position is no longer available. We've kept your resume on file." That was it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have money for a lawyer. I didn't have video proof. Just my gut. But I knew the truth. They hired me when they couldn't see me. They let me go when they did. A week later, I tweeted, "Everpoint offered me a job. Then I walked in. Then I was told the job was gone. What changed? Nothing, except they saw me." It blew up. 40,000 likes overnight. Then 100K. Then journalists. Podcasts. I told my story honestly. And people started writing to me. Dozens, then hundreds. A guy from Texas, invited in, turned away at the door. System error. A woman in New York. "Your role has been eliminated." An older man messaged me. "I used to work at Everpoint." Unspoken rule: no black employees in client-facing roles. They're afraid the clients won't understand. I couldn't believe it. In the 21st century, still, not the right face. A month later, Everpoint announced an internal review. The head of HR stepped down. No apology, no acknowledgement, just silence. Then one day, a recruiter from another company reached out. "I saw your post," he said. "I'm sorry you went through that. If you're still open, we'd love to interview you. We care about your skills, not your skin." I interviewed, this time with my camera on. They smiled. They asked real questions. They hired me. Now I work there. I write code. I build real tools. When I walk into the room, nobody flinches. I'm part of the team, but I still remember. Sometimes I look in the mirror and wonder, if I'd been white that day, would things have gone differently? Yeah, but I'm not quiet anymore. I told the truth, and I'm not alone. They said you're hired. Then they saw me, but now they see what I'm really made of.